Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today in this LeetCode question number 474 we are going to solve it of ones and zeros. So let us dive into the question. So in this problem we are given a array of binary string strs and we are given two integers m and n, and our goal is to choose the largest of the subset of str such that the total counts of the zeros across the chosen string will not exist and that of the ones will not exist n. Okay, now in simple word, each string has some zeros and some ones, and we must pick string without crossing the limit for zeros and one. This is similar to the classic O1 like 01 knapsack problem, but instead of one capacity constraint, here we have two. First is that the limit of zeros should be n and that of one should be n. So now to better understand this question, we have this very first example where we are given a string which is 10 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 1 1 and 0, and we are given that the 0 should be 5 and n should be 3. So here what we have to do, if we count the number of 0 in each string, so let's understand for 1 and 0. So here we have 1 n and 1 m, which is 1 0 and 1 1, and in the next one we have 3 0 and 1 1. In the next we have 4 1 2 zeros. Here we have 1 1 no 0. Here we have 1 0 no 1. And this is something that we have, and we need to select a subset of this string such that the total number of zeros should be 5 and that of 1 should be 3. So this is what our requirement is. Okay, the best possible subset that we will be considering is this 10 0 0 1 1 and 0. Why we are considering this? Because it uses exactly three, like five zeros and three zeros. This gives us four string and therefore the answer is 4. So now you might have, like, you might have that doubt that why did we not choose this one, which is 1 1 1 0 0 1, because because it alone has only four ones, which is not a requirement. We want at least one to be only three in the array, so which already exists our limit, that's why we have skipped it out. So in the next one, here we have one string array which is 0, which is 10 0 and 1. So here we have 1 1 1 0. Here we have 1 0. We have 1 1. So our also existing 0 should be 1 and n should be 1. So here two best strings that is possible is 0 and 1, giving us the total of two strings. So the output is 2. Now you might also have that choosing 10 alone consume both a 0 and a 1, and it doesn't leaves any room for any other string. So but choosing 0 and 1 separately gives us better results, so the answer is 2. So I hope this is something that you guys have understood basically the question. Now let us dive into the coding part. I'll first cope up with the coding section and then I'll explain you the code itself. So here we have given a class which is solution public int find. We have to find the max form, which is the string str. We have given int m and int n, and you know what it represents, right? So now we are going to write int string count is equals to strs dot length. This is a function, okay, which is going to count the string's length. After that we are given int, then array, another array. This this square brackets represents the array, and dp equals to new int string count plus 1 m plus 1 and n plus 1. After that we are going to write a for loop which is int I equals to 1, I is greater than equals to string count and I plus plus. After that we are basically going to we don't have to write a semicolon. We are going to open a for loop which is going to include int array zeros and ones, which is equals to count. What we have to count is, we have to count str, which is the strings. Okay, after count it should be, no, I don't need this, just a second. After count it should be this, and strs I minus 1. Then int zeros equals to zeros and ones, which is 0, and int 1 equals to zeros ones, which is 1. After this, again a for int j equals to 0, j is greater than equals to m, and it is j plus plus. And another for int k equals to 0, k is less than equals to n, and k plus plus. dp I k, which is equals to dp I minus 1. Now the string is j, another string is k. After that, if j is greater than equals to zeros and k is greater than equals to ones, opening the loop, we will write math function, which is math.max. No, we have to write a math.max, but first we will write here dp I j k, which is equals to math.max in bracket dp I j k, comma dp I minus 1 j minus zeros k minus 1s plus 1, just semicolon. So here after fifth we are going to return dp string count, m and n. After that we are going to write a private int count strings s, after that int zeros and ones is equals to new int 2 for int I equals to 0, I is less than s dot length and I plus plus. Zeros and ones s dot character at is again a function kind of minus 0, which we are going to do plus plus. Okay. After this we are going to return zeros and ones, and that's it. Let's run and see if there is any error or what. Written 19. Statement not expected outside of a method initializer. Okay, so I guess this has to be written int 0 equals to 0 and 1. Let's check it out if we are on the right track. Yes, we are. So finally let's submit our code. We don't want to. Test result are running and we'll submit it. Okay, so it's accepted. Just a second, guys. So this is how the code is done. Now I'll explain you the code. Since for every string we have decided uh, whether we want to include it or skip it, and since the decision pending on two constraints, zeros and one, we use a three-dimensional DP array. This is a three-dimensional DP array. Okay, and the DP table is defined as I, J, and K basically. Where we are given here I, J, and K, we are defining it as. Here it is given as, if you want to see it correctly. Now, where I represents the number of strings we are considering, J represent how many zeros we are allowing to be used, and K represents how many ones we are allowed to use. So for every string we count how many zeros and one it has. Then for each possible value J and K we have two options, either we are going to like skip it or not, since here if you can see. So here either we can skip it, we don't have to skip it, we have this kind of uh, two options, but one only if we have enough capacity left for zeros and one. So if we include it, we will add 1 to the result and move to the state where both j and k are reduced. Okay, like here j and k are again reduced. So if in this line, so this line what we will do, if like it include, we will add 1 to the result and move to the state where both j and k are reduced to by the number of zeros and 1 is the current string. So this logic if implemented in the Java code, first we initialize, as I have said that we have initialized a 3 dimensional DP array where dijk starts by copying di minus here bi minus 1 j and k. That means the initially we assume that the current string is not included. Then if we uh, then if the current string fits within the limit, we update it to I, j and k by taking the maximum of the existing value, which is I minus 1, which is j, and then like j minus 0 here basically it is talking about this j minus 0 and k minus 0 plus 1, which is representing the scenario where we include the current string. After processing all the string, the answer will be present at dp string m comma n comma here in the current count string count. So we consider all string and used up to m and n number m which is 0 and n which is 1. The helper method counter that we have used here, you can which we have used here as well, helper method it is called. It is simply counts the number of zeros and one in a string, it loops. Now it is again here looping. For loop we have used uh, through each character and increments the appropriate index using s dot char at, which I have already mentioned here, which is I, which is minus 0, gives us either 0 or 1, which makes the counting very efficient. So overall this problem is an excellent example of multi-dimensional dynamic programming, right, where we optimize based on two string constraint. The code efficiently computes the maximum number of string we can include without exceeding the given limit. So this is the question for the day. I hope you guys liked it, understood it. If you still have any doubt, you can just comment down in the comment section, like, share, subscribe with your friends, and thank you.